Okay, here we go. Q&A time. Director Shabu says, please watch the road when you're driving. Don't be overconfident. Don't risk your life for a video, please. It's true. But here's the deal. Tammy's doing the driving. I'm looking at the phone. She's not doing any of that stuff, which would be a...
There's lots of times where I tell James when we enter into a busy area and he'll say, well, I'll let Tammy answer this. And I'll say, no, don't let me.
Right.
I'm busy watching traffic.
Right. It's an interesting thing, though, about this texting and driving. I mean, it is hugely dangerous. There's no doubt about it. And they say it's as dangerous as drinking and driving. But there is a difference, though. And you know, you'd have a conversation with your spouse while you're driving in the car without any problem at all. The problem it gets to be, I think, is when you're on a phone, that the person at the other end of the conversation is not looking out the window, doesn't realize they need to be quiet because you're getting into a situation that requires more attention, and you as a person on the phone don't want to be rude and you carry the conversation on. So it's really not the same thing in these videos. So you know, but I appreciate the fact that people are concerned about our safety. We all need to be concerned.
I'm driving and James is videoing. Yakking.
Somebody's talking about, oh, this is the one we did on puppy deposit, first pigs, and we talked about be safe, and so he said, JF said, great video, but cameras don't keep you safe, they only record the crime. I would rather meet where there is security that would be obligated to protect me if somebody had a weapon like a bank or a police station.
That's big places to me.
And I think that's exactly right. There's no place better than where you've got armed people who are there. The point really is that the worst place to meet somebody is on a quiet, deserted street, or in a quiet, dark parking lot where there's businesses aren't open.
At your home.
Or potentially at your home, exactly. It's for people who don't know. That's exactly right. So
because you don't know them from Adam, they don't know you from Adam.
Right. So exactly. So we specifically.
Better be safe than sorry is the.
I would Google the person you're buying or selling from, get an idea that they're real and genuine, and do some due diligence before you even show up to part with money, because bad things can happen. And definitely, if you're going to part with money in a place like a police station, nobody's going to do stupid shit there. So it would be almost 100% safe. Oh right. I don't know how the police will handle this. I've never done it in a police station, so I don't know. I'd be interested.
Not in a police station, in the police station's parking lot. You might call ahead of time and tell them what you're doing.
Sure.
Selling a puppy to these people,
yeah.
I just kind of like someone to be aware that we're
that's a great idea.
Doing a money transaction, and you know.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
Just to be safe.
There you go. So, good point. Certainly, crowded places don't guarantee safety, but people who are there to protect people, much better.
Sometimes some people just stand back and watch or video it.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like, no.
Well, there's this thing like Good Samaritan laws and things like that, where people don't want to step into a situation for a number of reasons. One is they can get sued. The other was they can get hurt. And I mean, you know, you got to respect them for that. You know, it's not their fight. So just to think that somebody's going to step into, you know, it is a cruel world.
Yeah.
And anyway, enough on that. Okay, Susan Brocksmith says, with flying, does your nanny take the dollars for you? No. No, our nanny is not going to handle any money for us at all, ever.
No.
For lots of different reasons. The first thing is there can be problems with handling lots of money on a plane trip. You can get it confiscated from you if you don't have proof of what you're doing, because they can claim it's a drug deal. And I've had people who've talked about losing money because they confiscated the money and couldn't get it back, and then it wasn't worth getting a lawyer to go get $2,000 or $3,000 back from the airline company, which sounds nuts. But the point here is our nanny's been paid before she ever picks a puppy up.
We pay for it, and then our customer pays us.
And our customers have paid us the nanny fee and what we're owed for the dog before the dog ever flies too.
Yeah, the nanny doesn't want to mess with the money part.
Not going to put that nanny in the situation where she'd ever take money for. Yeah, so
you can tip them because they're well deserved that
oh,
tip.
absolutely. No, and we do that. We don't. Yeah, we absolutely do that. I mean, it doesn't have to be huge amounts of money, but we you know
tip them.
And sometimes
$20.
Yeah, or more.
Go eat dinner.
And sometimes you'll have a nanny that went over backwards for you because they got stranded and they had to spend a night in a motel. It's not part of the fee. Right. They didn't get paid for it. In our situation, we're going to throw them $100.
Yeah.
Because we want them to come back.
Motels aren't cheap, folks.
And we want them to be
stuck.
Yeah, we reward our nannies because they do a great job, and we want to.
Well, they're taking care of your precious cargo.
There you go. Exactly right.
So there you go. Treat your nannies well.
Chris B says, great video. How would you take payment in the form of a money order, or is that counterfeitable too? Of course, it is counterfeitable. Absolutely. I mean, everything's counterfeitable except a wire transfer to your bank. That's not counterfeitable. That's not reversible. Anything that's in a paper form could be counterfeited, including dollar bills, including what do you call a check? A check that you get that's a guaranteed check. What do you call that? I can't think what it is now. Gone blank.
Cashier's check.
Thank you, cashier's check. I've taken a $50,000 with one of my other businesses, a $50,000 cashier's check that was counterfeit. It was zero value. And furthermore, when you go take that to the bank will take it and put the money in your bank, and then 2 days later, they find out it's counterfeit, they take the money back out of your bank. Just because the bank took it, that doesn't mean that it's good. So, got to be very careful on this.
You get a phone call later and go, sorry.
Yeah.
You're like, oh crap.
Remember this, the people who are going to cheat you out the money know what they are doing.
Oh yeah, they have learned by their mistakes.
They've done it before.
And they're very wise with it.
Yeah, so if you've got a bad feeling about something, go do due diligence to make sure that you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's, because and this is another example of, look, you know, you're selling something, for instance, to a lawyer, and they start saying things you don't like. I don't do the sale. It just scares me. When people start talking, when I know that people have got a pension to sue you, and the lawyers out there buying dogs, please don't call it. All I'm saying here is do your due diligence. If something doesn't feel right, take a step backwards, rethink what you're doing, and make sure that you're safe. Okay. Gypsy Rose says, another excellent video. Please do a review on the money counter you use. I will. I love the money counter. The money counter.
It's cool.
It is very cool. It's $100. Actually, it was Chanel who recommended it.
It'll tell you if it's counterfeit money too.
Yeah, and here's the big thing about this. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because we will do a review on this. The thing I like about the machine is if you're going to take a lot of bills from somebody, to count those bills out is time consuming and error prone. And everybody comes up with a different number, and nobody knows what the hell.
And it's an uncomfortable feeling counting all that money
it feels like a drug deal, and it looks like a drug deal, smells like a drug deal, and it might get the attention of the wrong people looking at you.
That's right.
So you could literally count $10,000 in that machine in probably 15 seconds or less. So, and it was $100. I'll give you a review on it. Giorgio says, love the daily videos. He goes, yeah, we're trying to do daily videos these days, so because you get lots of questions. Do you think it's more profitable to have a stud or a bitch? They're rather different parts of the same business.
That B word again.
And yes, well, that was the word they used, so that's why I said that. So sorry about that. Didn't mean to offend anybody. They're rather different parts of the same business, and so they are. I would say this to anybody: do not start by buying a stud dog. That is absolutely the wrong place to start. Start by getting a female. Make sure you've got to learn. If you're going to have a stud dog, you're going to have to help your customers. You need to know about all of it. The way you learn about all of it is you do it. So the very first thing, if you've never had a litter of puppies,
they have males. That's their business if they want to buy a boy dog first.
Yeah, but the point here is that, well, I've got a whole video on this. So there's a whole video that talks about this in terms of the financial side of it. Just go look at the video, and it explains it in a 20-minute dissertation about exactly why one makes more sense than the other, and it just depends on what you're doing. Somebody else is talking about the same thing again, so we're not going to talk about that here, can you?
Better hurry up, I can get out right up here.
Oh, can you revise your incubator so there is already an intake line for an O2? I've got a video that you can literally, in a minute, make a hole with a scissor in the side of it, but we can make it for you as well. So it's a 5/16 hole for an O2 line. If you want us to do that, when you buy it, make that in the notes. And if you've got one already and you want to make an O2 line, I can send you the video. It is really trivial. The great thing about our incubator is there are no power lines or any lines anywhere in 3 out of the 4 sides of the incubator, and you literally can do this with a pair of scissors in literally just a few seconds, make a nice, neat hole. Is this your place?
It's over there.
Ah, cool. Susan says, have you ever had a girl that you just couldn't draw blood from? No, but I've had I've had dogs that it can be a pretty good ordeal getting it. It definitely takes 2 people in those dogs. Somebody getting a firm grip on the dog. And she asked about using a 1.5 inch or a butterfly. I like a short needle in those situations. A 1 inch needle is probably easier. A 1 inch needle, and I use a 22 gauge needle. You might be better off with a bigger gauge needle because you can get the whole thing done quicker with more like a 20 gauge needle, because it's got a bigger opening. It'll let you pull through faster. So that might be a better choice for you.
They don't look open, do
no,
they?
it's closed
It
at
said
6.
6:30.
Yeah, I think they're closed. Why don't you hop out there while I finish
Oh, I
up
need
this?
my phone to call them.
Okay. Tina said, what's your advice on scheduling appointment for a C-section if you don't know exactly when her progesterone will be 3? Well, I will discuss this in more detail in a video, I think, because I'm not sure I've been asked that directly. But I've got quite a few videos on progesterone levels and a whole dissertation about what you should be doing here. So the answer is in a short answer, you never quite know when a dog's ready for a C-section, and that's why you have to keep on top of it. And certainly you need to have a plan B. What happens if this happens in the middle of the night? You know, this is all part of what you need to be doing. So if you don't have a plan B in place, you absolutely can get caught with your pants down. So.